Good afternoon and good evening, listeners, one and all. I'm Pyronius, and welcome to the Outback Brawl Community Widowmaker 1v1 tournament brought to you by AOE. And we are jumping straight into one of our lower bracket matches here between Coronet and PP2, which you'll see on the screen. And we're going to start off spectating PP2, I believe. And yes, we will be starting with PP2, and we'll see how this one unfolds. So just a bit of a breakdown for our viewers out there as the players start to feel around for themselves. This is a Widowmaker headshots only match. You'll be able to see on your screen the ultimate is disabled. That is because after 90 seconds of the match, both players will get wall hacks on each other to ensure that this isn't just 5 minutes of sneaking around. And oh, here we go. There's the quick snap there by Coronet. Goes for the hook shot over the top. Narrowly misses PP2 there. And I've just realized I'm spec'd into the wrong person. PP2 now responding, has moved around, but yes, there's the killing blow by PP2, and we'll stick with them in the next round.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
So yes, we will be, as mentioned, this will be a headshots only round. There is no automatic fire, there is no venom mine. They can melee, but it won't do any good. Headshots only is the name of the game, and it will be the first to 7 to win this match. Already a strong start from PP2,
Fight.
who is the highest seed, and we will be locking in on them now as this one unfolds. Going for a very aggressive rollout, and the two of them are right on top of each other, but Coronet punishes hard.
1-1.
That is a quick comeback, tying up the scores
Prepare
1-1.
for battle. Select your hero.
Wow, the assembled heroes time is probably a bit long. It's the shortest we can get it, I've been told, so that's just how it's going to be all evening, I believe, but so be it. That's really long.
Fight.
We'll be now on board with Coronet, who won that last round, so I just need to work out how to get my camera into first person so I can see everything you guys are. Oh!
Score.
And PP2 gets the quick frag onto Coronet there.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
So 2-1 in favor of PP2. Now just to talk a little bit about the brackets here. The lower bracket, as I mentioned before, this is a game from it. Mostly players from gold to low diamond ranks, which means the upper bracket is everyone above that. So there's definitely going to be some exciting matches throughout the evening, but another thing to keep in mind, certainly something we've seen from the pros as well, we've seen complaints about Diamond Widowmaker players just absolutely dumpstering everyone in Widowmaker 1v1s because that is the skill set they polish constantly. And so now on board with PP2, we can see Coronet there underground. Of course, PP2 does not know that and just trying to scout out now. They're checking their corners, they're looking for each other, and finally, PP2 just acquires and deletes Coronet, easy as you like. Very nicely done.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
So, already PP2 pulling ahead, 3-1 is the scoreline, first to 7. So a lot of pressure now on Coronet to try and start bringing this one back. And we'll have these doors unlocked momentarily. Surely there's a better way to do these settings.
Fight.
Obviously, of course, there is not. And PP2 immediately acquires Coronet, isn't able to land the shot, but now they know each other. PP2 goes for the hook shot. Easy to lines it up, and there is Coronet gone. So 4-1. This is looking very, very good for PP2 here. And Coronet might need to change up their playstyle. It's difficult. It's a hard position to be in because if you go for the really aggressive plays, you get spotted, but you're also more likely to spot your opponent early. And we've definitely seen rounds where Coronet has been taken out without even knowing where his opponent is. So definitely a lot of different options for the rollouts here, and No, it looks like Coronet is going to go for a more cautious rollout here. PP2 again on the prowl, but Coronet gets the first shot over the shoulder, unfortunately. And now the two players know where they are. But PP2 going for the hook over the top. Obviously, Coronet not up there as of yet, still below in the bunker. But now there's a bit of mystery. There's the hook from Coronet going around, hiding behind the block there. Oh, very careful. Got to be careful near that ledge. Although there's the hook shot. Over the top, no target acquired. Now PP2's without resources. Another shot from Coronet passing over the shoulder. Coming in very aggressive, closed by PP2. Not able to land the shot. Neither of them are. They're into the crouch duel now. And here comes another hook shot over the top. What an incredible shot there from PP2. Wow. Way to thread the needle on that one. And that is going to put the score up to 5-1. PP2 absolutely crushing it here in this first round of the competition. So now, lot of pressure, surely felt by Coronet. You're not winning out these duels, and I think it's probably starting to come unrattled. This is very much a game of the discipline here, and we can see how many near misses Coronet's been getting. They're worried about missing the shot, and they're not taking the time they need to line it up properly. As a result, it's really not paying off for them, but we'll see if there is an opportunity here. Here comes the hook shot over the top. Coronet's already up there. PP2 possibly grabbing just the smallest glimpse of them. Yes, they did see them there. But now Coronet does have the advantage of the high ground. Hook shot over the top. Coronet's gone for their own hook, but he's just spinning around trying to acquire the target. And now the two of them know exactly where they are. There's the jump shot. Doesn't get the fully charged though. 9 hit points remaining. Is PP2. Very near miss there from Coronet. Unfortunately, just firing off a moment too early and absolutely gets punished for it. And now we're at match point. One more by PP2. And that will be the end of this matchup. However, this could be the most epic of reverse sweeps ever seen. Coronet is able to turn this one around. Who knows? They did manage to get that first shot there in the last round. If they'd taken just a half second longer just to get that one wrapped up, then maybe, just maybe, things would have gone differently. But now, once again, PP2 on the prowl. Doesn't know where Coronet is. Coronet on the high ground there. Also looking around. There's the hook shot over the top. Narrow miss from both of them, but there's the follow-through shot. PP2 has won this one, and they will be going through into the lower bracket quarterfinals. So, very nicely played there. This is a single elimination bracket, so that will be the end of the road for Coronet. And just with that, we will be going to a short break to look for another game that we can drop in on. And we'll be bringing you more of the Outback Brawl Community Widowmaker 1v1 tournament in just a moment. We are briefly back, but just to say that we've been unable to find another of the first round games we can drop into. So we will be back at 5:30 in 15 minutes time for our next scheduled match. Will be the upper bracket quarterfinals there. So we'll be back then. So stay tuned, and we'll be back with more Widowmaker on Widowmaker action. Welcome back, listeners, one and all. I'm Pyronius, and we are back for the next round of the Community Widowmaker 1v1 tournament brought to you by AOE Sports. And we will be moving into the upper bracket. So the higher seeded players from Diamond all the way up, and we're into the quarterfinals here for this bracket. So we will be spectating the game between A. Lamau and DJ Jeff. And we are just getting the lobby set up before we can get this one underway. So it's A. Lamau versus TMPK in the bracket, but DJ Jeff in game. So that's not going to be confusing at all. So TMPK is the highest seed, and we will be starting our action with them. So we'll be starting with DJ Jeff, aka TMPK. That is just going to wreck me all night. So thankfully these aren't particularly long matches, but we'll be getting underway on that one shortly. And while we're waiting for that to be set up, we'll just do a bit of a recap of what we've seen so far in the first round, starting with perhaps the biggest shock of all. Our number one seed in the whole tournament, Poe, has been taken down in a 5-7 match by Aprilla, who has made it through into the quarterfinals and is currently facing off against Fusion. So big swing there with our number one seed going down to number 16 in the upper bracket. So definitely looking to be a very exciting run there, especially if Aprilla can keep things up. Fusions is currently going up against Aprilla now, having taken down Handstand in a 7-3 match. And this of course will be the first match we've seen from TMPK, aka DJ Jeff, as they did get a bye in the first round. Beyond that, we have Clownfish has taken down Frenada in a 7-2 win and will be going up against Kuri Kiai, who took down Pulsar in their first round for a 7-4 victory. And finally, Gluten has made it all the way through into the semi-finals, having taken down Shiora, and unfortunately receives a bye in the quarterfinal round there, as their opponent was unable to make today. So we will be just about heading underway now. We'll be loading into it. We are now onto the map Black Forest,
Now
as the
entering
map
the Black Forest.
that we play on changes every round. So for these quarterfinal stages in both the upper and lower bracket, it will all be in Black Forest. And we have TMPK, aka DJ Jeff, in the red, and we will be watching them, A. Lamau, in the blue, as things get underway here. And already the shots beginning to fire. Couple of peeking shots there, going for the head there. Oh, A. Lamau manages to thread the needle there, taking down TMPK. Good start there by A. Lamau.
Battle. Widowmaker.
This is better. They've turned off the much better. So A. Lamau now already scouting around. There's DJ Jeff gets the quick acquisition there. Absolutely catches A. Lamau off guard and punishes it very quickly. So already looking to be a very good match here. Both these players definitely showing their stuff. Now we'll be once again on board with A. Lamau. Already some early peeking through the underpass there. A lot of near misses from both of them there, but DJ Jeff threads the needle this time. So
2-1.
now up 2-1 rather.
Widowmaker.
And this is exciting stuff. This really could go either way here. And there we have a couple of the opening shot, and A. Lamau trades it back. They're just going for these peeking battles here on that underpass, and it is really even between these two players. 2-2 is the scoreline.
Fight.
There's the opening shot. They're going for the shots above the barricade here now, just trying to get the early peaks there, but Now Alamau now rotating around. He's looking for a different angle. Doesn't want to play that game. And there's DJ Jeff. Misses the early shot. Goes for the hook. Misses the shot again. Gets the headshot but doesn't have the full charge. And now they are both sitting on critical health.
Score.
And Alamau gets the follow-through shot. 3 health remaining. That is 2 very nearly full charge shots. One from each of our players. Really goes to show just how evenly matched this one is. Now, once again, on board with Alamau. Ooh, gets the early shot, but not a full charge shot. And again, the trade back shot there. 20 health remaining. Both these players very low. They don't need the full charge. And there it is. Quick snap onto DJ Jeff. The momentum now definitely starting to shift in favor of Alamau. This is looking very good. DJ Jeff starting to look a bit frazzled here, looking a bit rattled. Needs to pull it back, otherwise, I mean, this is how it goes. It's very much a game of the minds as well as a game of the mechanics, and the moment these players start to feel the pressure, they start to make mistakes, and that's where it costs you. But DJ Jeff responds back with a decisive win there. 3-4. Alamau still in the lead, but definitely plenty of opportunity to bring this one back. So on board with DJ Jeff, and there's, aggressive hook in by Alamau. Doesn't manage to follow through, and there it is. Alamau does manage to get the follow-through shot. All of these rounds happening very quickly here. These players very aggressive with their positioning so far. And we'll see how this continues, whether or not we're going to see a change in strategy from either of these players, or are they going to continue with this. Looks like they are going for a bit of a slower start here, but even then, Alamau still getting very aggressive. They know where the other one is, both of them ducking, weaving around the pillar. DJ Jeff gets the last shot there. So 5-4 in favor of Alamau, still anyone's game here, considering how close these two have been. And again, we're going for a similar role again. DJ Jeff moving into the room. Alamau this time favouring a bit of a wider angle, but already there's the hook in from Alamau. Shot through onto him, but only half charge. DJ Jeff needs to follow through and finish this up. Still hasn't been hit yet. There's the hit now, and Alamau, back-to-back shots, is going to close this one through. 6v4, we're into match point now. A lot of pressure riding on both these players now. This next shot could very well be the last.
Match point.
I see you.
And DJ just still taking very aggressive position. He makes his way through there. He does get the early shot to Alamau, who hooks up in answer. Alamau in a lot of pressure here, backing off, hiding around the corner. Just trying. Gonna go for the hook up, but DJ Jeff did hear it, responded, but unfortunately Alamau threads it through first. That is going to be the victory, but a close game. Very well fought by these two players.
Play of the game.
And we will be just seeing the play of the game. This shot here from DJ Jeff. Moving through, is this? No, it's not the final one. This is, and just that's right. The third round, just the really quick, clean 100% shot. Very nicely done there. And with that, that will be DJ Jeff, aka PK, is it TMPK, making it through into the semi-finals of this upper bracket, where they will be squaring off against, by the looks of it, squaring off against Fusions, who has managed to avenge the loss of Poe by the looks of it. So that one will be an exciting match to be sure. So just another quick recap on the score. It was a 7v... I want to say 7v5? 7v4 or 5? I actually don't even remember now. I think it was 5. It was a very close game. But definitely in favor, in the end, of Alamau, who will be moving forwards in this bracket. And we will be back in about 12 minutes from now to bring you the semi-finals of the lower bracket. with the semi-finals of the upper bracket coming to you at 6:30 Australian Eastern Time, or in just over half an hour. So look forward to those games coming at you soon. everyone for the Widowmaker Community 1v1 tournament brought to you by AOE. Once again, I'm Pyronius, and we'll be moving on to the lower bracket semi-finals now. So just a quick recap of what we have been through previously, which you will have on screen. Is we have had Bangers make their way through into the semi-finals, having defeated Lionheart 7-2, and likewise Anima winning 7-2 against Quiltech. So they will be our first game of the semi-finals. PB2 defeated Leica in a 7-1, and Harry got the 7-0 against Garfield on the Grog by virtue of forfeit. So Harry will be coming through to the semi-finals here, and we'll be going up against PP2 after this first match here. And after we get through our lower bracket semi-finals, we will be transitioning over to the upper bracket semi-finals, where we will see Fusions up against A Lamau, and likewise we will be seeing Kuri Kiai against Gluten. Kuri Kiai having beaten Clownfish in a 7-5 victory, whereas Gluten having made their way through against Slump by virtue of forfeit. So it will hopefully be a good game there as well. Certainly Fusions v A Lamau is sure to be an exciting game. So look forward to that one in the next half an hour or so. Hard to give a rough estimate, but we'll be getting this one underway very shortly. Players ready to go, and we'll be heading into the lobby. Bangers versus Anima, and so this is sure to be a bit of a good one. This is, after all, Bangers is our number 2 seed in the lower bracket here, and Anima coming in at seed number 6. So both reasonably high seeded players. It looks like we do have the assembly time in this lobby, so we will be having a bit of extra time just to hear me wax lyrical between each of the rounds, but certainly by now I'm sure you're all used to that one. And so we will be getting under. Whoa, that was nutty. Okay, that is a quick and decisive win for Bangers. I hadn't even managed to get my own spectator cam onto them in time. Who knows where the screen cam goes? I suppose you guys did. Maybe it was locked in, but quick and decisive 1-0 in favor of Bangers here. Wow, that is that's a hell of an opening, and Anima's certainly going to be feeling that one. That's definitely going to be something to bring people off balance. And now Bangers, oh, that's another quick round and some tactical crouching there from Bangers as well. This is, if he wasn't unsettled before, Anima's definitely got to be unsettled now. Bangers is putting on a clinic on Widowmaker play here. And wow, just Anima may need to go for a slightly more conservative rollout here, because right now this is looking just absolutely devastating. And the mental pressure that this sort of thing would put on is really going to do it. Oh, that's just clean. That is just so clean there. Just
3-0.
Just lining it up quick as you like. Just
Select your hero.
poetry in motion. And this is, at the moment, things are looking very rough for poor Anima here. Bangers is really showing himself to be the dominant Widowmaker in this matchup. Unless something changes to put him off balance, this is definitely looking like it could be a very quick win. So once again, Bangers goes for the hook to roll out, looking around, he's peeking for a target. Anima going for a bit more of a conservative rollout here, and well, it's certainly going to lower the time to kill, if nothing else. And Bangers now, he's looking for a target, he doesn't know where Anima is. And this is what Anima needs. This is, you know, obviously not going to. There's the hook shot there from Bangers, doesn't spot anything. There's the sighting. Now, both of them have seen each other now. Anima goes for an aggressive hook up, but gives up the ground almost immediately. Oh, they're right on top of each other. That is big, and Anima gets completely left behind. But the shots have not landed yet. They're still just tickling the air beside each other's head. And there it is. Anima gets the shot onto Bangers at last. This could be the beginning of a comeback.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Just wow. I thought it was all over when Bangers was looking at the back of Anima's head. I thought, oh no, this is over. This is not how you want it to be. But Anima manages to pull through, finds the target first, and puts themselves on the scoreboard here. And now we will be on board with Anima. Aggressive hook to roll out. They immediately, the double hook shot. No one's landing through. Anima takes the first hit, but it's not a fully charged shot. Responds back, putting down Bangers, and the shift in momentum is really noticeable here. After some really dominant opening play from Bangers, Anima has obviously got themselves back under control, and they are looking a lot stronger now. 3-2 the score, but once again, Anima has the initiative here. And now here we go. There's the hook out. Looking for a target. Narrowly misses. Or rather, is narrowly missed by. There's another shot, whistling by the ear. There's a third one, finally a responding shot. No damage delivered so far. They're just looking for the target. Ooh. There it is. Bangers just really had control in that round. They were just putting shot after shot in the area. They may not have been landing them, but Anima was struggling to even get the responding shots in there. And in that sort of situation, it's only a matter of time. If you're not able to get those shots, if you're not able to make a shot onto your opponent, because by the time you've lined it up, they've moved out into cover, then, well, you're not going to be able to get the shot through it all, are you? So now Bangers 4v2. There's the opening shot there. There's the hook. Going for the aggressive play. Narrow miss there, and just realizes he's not in a good spot and manages to duck away and just threads the needle there through. Bangers is back in control of this game. 5-2.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
You just really have to. It's unless you've been in this sort of situation, it's hard to really conceptualize just the sheer amount of pressure these players are feeling. It is a terrifying game of cat and mouse, and just the sheer raw nerves that comes from these sorts of matchups. This is absolutely overwhelming at times, so it takes an enormous amount of mental strain, these sorts of duels, and Bangers now rolling out in a different way, moving through there. They have sighted each other. Let me see, just a bit of crouching there. Ooh, narrowly misses the shot around the statue, and there's the hook into safety. Ooh, quick acquisition there, very nice. And Anima now 6-2, match point there. If they're able to land just one more shot, they will be going through. It's just very, very close game, and you really have to feel for Anima. We've seen just how good they are, but this sort of thing just absolutely shreds the nerves.
Match point.
Going for it, going for the. Oh, there it is. There's the responding shot.
6-3.
Very.
Prepare for battle.
Very aggressive play there, going for that sort of doorway peak, considering how the first couple of rounds went. But this could be the momentum shift that's needed. Anima now 3 to Bangers is 6. They've still got quite a high hurdle to climb over if they want to bring this one back to the win. But it's good to see they haven't given up here. They're still mentally in the game.
Match point.
And there goes the hook now. Hook over, up, there it is. They've gone for the aggressive play once again. This time, Bangers was ready for it and punishes it hard with the shot. Bangers will be going through into our lower bracket grand final.
Play of the game.
And 2 to 1. 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 And this play of the game will be, by the looks of it, the opening shot. Or one, no, not the opening shot. This is one of the ones towards the end. That's the final shot, in fact. And just lines it up. And so with that, we will be moving over to the other quarterfinal bracket now, or another quarterfinal match in the lower bracket, rather, between PP2 and Harry. So bear with us just one moment as we get that lobby online. And it'll just be a moment as we get ourselves into this other lobby. Okay, and with that, we will be very shortly beginning our next semi-final match, PP2 versus Harry. And just as a quick recap, PP2 has managed to, well, they've managed to come through our number one seed Leica to get to here, whereas Harry has got through their previous round on a bye, but did manage to take down Chrono in a 7-3 win in the first round. So Harry is definitely our highest seeded opponent. But given that PP2 has knocked out the highest seeded person in this bracket, this really is anyone's game at this point. And we'll be heading into the match very shortly. We will be starting with Harry as he is our highest seeded player. And again, we will continue to follow the action of whoever won the previous point until this match is decided. And we're just waiting. This one will be underway very shortly. There we go. Okay.
Welcome
Now
to
loading
Castillo.
in. Once again, we will be in Castillo as it is still
Prepare
the
for
same
battle.
semi-final round.
Select your hero.
And of course, some of you out there may be wondering, where's the grand final going to be after all these semis? And of course, we will be ending it on Echo Point Antarctica, the original Widowmaker 1v1 map. But before then, we still have our upper bracket semis to go through as well. So look forward to that one after this as well. And now on board with Harry, making his way up the stairs. And oh, there's the hook shot from PP2. Doesn't pay off. Neither of them making their mark. PP2 now on the stairs, but gets taken out by Harry, just walking forwards. Just some really aggressive plays from both the players here.
Prepare for battle.
And the opening start there from Harry. Looking strong, but once again, this really could go either way here. Both of these players have shown to be quite capable in the opponents they've taken down so far. You'd certainly be hoping for these really close nail-biter matches in the semi-finals and beyond. Yeah, just rolling out here. There's the hook shot from PP2. Harry's in pursuit. Oh, they've dropped down again, and PP2 gets the shot through there. Harry misses the shot over the shoulder. PP2 does not miss the answering shot.
Prepare for
And so
battle.
that will be 1-1 on the
Select your
scores.
hero.
And we will be now moving over to PP2 to follow the action in this upcoming round. You can see out there, Twitch chat, very much in favor of PV2 here. We'll see if... Going for the aggressive door hold there, but no. Harry has moved around. The opening shot's not finding the mark, but there it is. PP2 threads the needle,
Score.
gets Harry
2
straight
to
between
1.
the eyes, in that window there.
Prepare for battle.
And now we are looking at a
Select your
2-1 scoreline in favor of PP2. Momentum starting to get behind this player. And there's the rolling again. Going for the door peeker. Both of them go for it, but PP2 gets the shot through in the end.
3-1.
3-1 in favor, and this is definitely at the point where it's going to be starting to take its toll on Harry mentally. Let's see if PP can keep this momentum up. And we'll be just underway in just a moment. Oh, there's the opening grapple there. Responding grapple from PP. Releases early, not to go too high. And there's another headshot.
4-1.
Just calm and collected. I think at this point PP2 must be feeling pretty confident. They seem to be in control of this match. But the moment they get overconfident is the moment that the score starts to dip back the other way. So let's see if they can keep this momentum up. 4-1 is the scoreline in favor of PP2. Again, oh, there it is. Harry this time is 100% ready at the door and just puts the shot straight through PP's dome, putting himself back onto the scoreboard once again. 4-2 now. As we make our way over to the Calvera Spa to check in with Harry on this next round. Once again, looking for the door peek, goes for the hook up onto the stairs. Oh, PP2's there. Misses the opening shot. Doesn't miss the second shot, however. And with that, it will be 5-2.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
And that one, just a bit of a rough round for Harry. Just didn't manage to acquire his opponent fast enough. PP2 able to put both a shot by their ear and then another into their skull before Harry had really managed to acquire the target. So definitely can see the difference here. PP2 just getting that acquisition a lot faster. Now we have the rollout. Oh, there's the hook. Not a fully charged shot though. Harry is on low health, but another shot needs to land there. There's, oh, another. Oh, closest round we've had so far. Both players managing to hit the other, but not with a fully charged shot. And in the end, PP2 able to get that one across the line. (6-2) now the scoreline. And with that, match point for PB2. Here we go, the final round. Potentially. One more shot and PB2 has made their way into the lower bracket grand final. Acquisitions there, and there it is. Just quick and clean. PP2 manages to put the bullet where it needs to go, and PB2 will be going into our lower bracket grand finals face-off against Bangers. And we'll be back with that one later in the evening, but of course we will be, prior to that, going over to our upper bracket semi-finals, so stay tuned. We'll be bringing you that action very shortly. And welcome back everyone for our semi-final match. This will be the game between Gluten and Kurikiai, each trying to force their way through into the grand final. And well, it's definitely looking to be a good match between these two. Unfortunately, we won't be able to bring you the Fusions v A Lamau game because they have actually already gone and played that one. And it looks like it was a very close match as well at 7v6. So, a bit of a shame that we weren't able to bring that one to you. But unfortunately, when the players go and run their game early, there's nothing we can really do here on the broadcast team. So, but we are ready to get this one underway. So we will be heading into this match very shortly. Gluten, of course, being the number 3 seed in this tournament, will be our first spectator. But Kurikiai has put up a strong performance so far. I mean, defeated Clownfish, the number 2 seed, earlier in the bracket. So this is definitely going to be, again, another close game, which you'd expect from these semi-finals. As we make our way over, this will be getting underway very shortly for the final match here on Castillo before we go over to Echo Point for the grand finals. And here we have the opening rollout, and these players are a lot more conservative than the counterparts we've seen so far. Just each getting a feel for each other, edging it out, looking for targets. Both of them going for a very slow rollout, which leads itself to a slightly longer round. Again, Kurikiai just creeping forward slightly. But there it is, Kurikiai gets the first blood. Just the moment the two players sight each other, threads the needle through. And that will put him up 1-0 in the scores. So here we are once again, this time on board with Kurikiai. And again, going for a very conservative rollout, except for the shots. Firing off some shots. They've basically given away their position, but that must be part of their plan. They're trying to lure in Gluten where they want them. Hearing the footfalls, goes for the hook shot, not able to find the target. There it is now. A couple of shots whizzing past each other's ears. And Kurikiai going to take a moment just to put the spray down. Goes for the hook shot over the top. Doesn't quite manage to land it, but Gluten has also not managed to make any retaliatory shots. Gluten is now hook shot. Kurikiai just dodging for his life, trying to get through, but Gluten finally threads the shot through there. And that will be 1-1, the scoreline, as we make our way back to Gluten. Setting up in Sombra's little hideout here. Both these players having made their way through the upper bracket. This is getting into peak Australian... Oh, Gluten going for a bit of a spin out right at the start. Oh, and Kurikiai just puts a bullet straight through the skull.
Prepare for battle.
Already a back and forth match here in this semi-final round, and well, it's really hard to make any predictions at this point with how close this match has been. Two very solid Widowmaker players. On board with Kurikiai now, looking for the door peek, but as we can see from the outline, that is not where Gluten is hiding. Now Gluten rotating through to that door, doing some peeking of their own. And there's the shot from Kurikiai, just try and lure Gluten out into a more aggressive footing. And now Kurokyai just waiting for the hook shot to be off cooldown. Makes their way through. Another couple of shots. Gluten goes for the hook now. Doesn't get the height to peek over the wall though. And they know where each other are. They're playing around that head now. But Kurokyai very nearly misses that one. Goes for the aggressive peek. Hooks back online for both these players now. But who will make the next move? Oh, very nicely predicted there. He knew the peak was coming and he expected it to be crouched. Lines up the crosshair ahead of time and Gluten just slides themselves into the kill box. Very nicely predicted. Kurokyai now up 3-1. Now rolling out, peeking the door, and there's the hook. Just trying to make their way up and around, of course, as we can see from the outline. Gluten now have gone for their own hook, beginning to roll out, but not quite there, and Kurokyai standing still for a moment. Interesting, but goes for the hook shot and just nails Gluten. 4-1 in favor of Kurokyai. This is looking very good. Looking very good indeed for Kurokyai here on Costello. Gluten needs to turn something around soon, otherwise this is looking to be the end of the dream here. And the winner of this round not only goes through to the grand finals, but guarantees winning a cash prize from our prize pool. So there is more than just getting into the grand final at stake here, because the runner-up of the grand final, will still be walking away with at least something. So this is a chance to make your way into the paid tier, so to speak. Make your way to semi-pro Widowmaker status by earning a bit of money. And now Kurokyai on the hunt, fires off a couple of shots just to try and bait Gluten in. Gluten takes the bait and punishes hard, pushing in and pushing a shot through Kurokyai's skull. And so Gluten gets another mark onto the scoreboard. 4-2 the score in favor of Kurokyai. And we once again moving over to Gluten here for the next round. It's good to see that the players themselves are having a lot of fun with this as well. Just a bit of friendly banter in the lobby as well. And now, Gluten on the hunt. There's Kurokyai. He's seen the mark. Goes for the jump shot. Doesn't quite land it. And now, hook shot over the top from Kurokyai. The hook's on cooldown. This is Gluten's chance to get aggressive if he wants to, but he's not taking the opportunity. He thinks Kurokyai was on the high ground. Does manage to land a shot, but it's not enough. And Gluten takes the shot in return. 9 health. This is anyone's game. Kurokyai on a bit more than that, but a non-charge shot. There comes the hook over the top. Both of them miss their mark. Gluten ducks away once again. And there it is, the jump shot. Kurokyai loses that round. Gluten putting the shot through, winning through. Now 3-4. This could be the beginning of Gluten's comeback.
Select your hero.
And it's good to see as well, like Gluten is pulling themselves together. It's good to see that, you know, these players, they're having fun with it. And we're just seeing some incredible Widowmaker play here, really. Which is what you'd expect in the semi-finals of the upper bracket, certainly. Gluten now goes for the hookshot over the top. Oh, Kurokyai there and waiting, lines up the shot into the hallway underneath and threads the needle there. 5-3 now the score in favor of Kurokyai. As once again we make our way over. Just 2 more of those and Kurokyai will have their way into the grand finals. where they will face off against Fusions, the incredible threat that has dominated half of the upper bracket so far. Kurukai now rolling out through the hallways. It's good to see these players changing it up as well. Not just going for the same rollouts every time. Keeping things fresh, keeping their opponent guessing. Whoever can find their target first does have an advantage, so definitely the play there. And it does look like Gluten has an idea of where Kurukai is, just based on where he's looking. And yes, there's the shot over the head. Doesn't manage to land it, but knew exactly where it was. Second one does not miss. Gluten gets another point onto the board. It is now 4v5. Gluten really bringing this one back after the early runaway, really, by Kurukai. But yeah, Gluten definitely on track. One more of those, and the scoreline will be evened up. So let's see if that one will unfold. Couple of shots there. We have the target. They know where they are. Gluten doesn't quite manage to land the shot. Kurukai dropping back behind the wall. There's the hook shot over the top from Kurukai, but Gluten, of course, nowhere to be seen. Does manage to flush out Gluten. Gluten goes for his own hook shot there. Doesn't land the shot. Kurukai also misses a retaliation strike, and Gluten feeling the pressure. He's backing up. Kurukai goes for another hook over the top, but there's no target to be found. Gluten is backing off. Goes for the hook now, doesn't find the target, wasn't lined up in the right place, dodges a shot from Kurukai and dodges back. But now it's clear that neither of these players know exactly where the other one is. There it is though. Gluten lines up the crosshair, makes the prediction, and when it looks like Kurukai might be going to peek somewhere else, actually peeks out into the crosshair. Gluten has now evened up the scoreline. So 5-5. The momentum at this point definitely in Gluten's favor, as well they've won the last couple of rounds. Kurukai, they were off to a strong start. They definitely have the means to win this one out, but with the momentum shifting in Gluten's favor, it starts to become a bit of a mental struggle. Kurukai going for the early hook, doesn't find a target. Gluten's playing very conservatively. Two players narrowly missing each other. Both backing off now, looking for an alternative. Kurukai, unfortunately, kicking out in the wrong direction at this stage. It's an opportunity for Gluten, but they both go for the hook shot. Neither one lands. And now, once again, just waiting for the cooldowns to be back up. Another shot from Kurukai narrowly misses Gluten. And there's the hook shot over the top. Target is not available, but Gluten isn't 100% sure where Kurukai is at this stage. This is absolutely an opportunity for the red Widowmaker. Now, oh, there it is. There's the target acquired, and hook shot attempted, very narrowly missed by Gluten. You definitely want to be clenching after that one if you're on the receiving end of that. When you go for a hook and you hear a shot whizzing by you, it's so early in it, not a comfortable feeling. There's the sighting, and there it is. Gluten finds the target at last.
6-5.
Longest round I think we've had so far in the whole tournament.
Select your hero.
But once again, moving over here, it is now match point in favor of Gluten. One more shot is all they need to get through to the grand finals and get their shot at walking away with the grand prize. Here we are. This could be the final round, unless Kurukai can bring this one back, which, as we've seen from them, is still quite a possibility. It's all coming down to this one, as Gluten slowly creeps forwards, just scouting out, trying to find where his opponent is working from. And there's the hook shot from Kurukai, but Gluten was not where he expected it to be. However, neither of them do manage to meet the mark. Kurokyai now just backing off and firing off wild shots, trying to draw Gluten in. It's my assumption. Hook shot there from Kurokyai, but not there. Kurokyai now backing away, backing into cover. Gluten fires off a hook just to mislead his opponent. Does manage to snap one through, but not a fully charged shot. Kurokyai sitting on a slither of health now. The pressure is mounting. If that shot manages to follow through, just the slightest tap from Gluten to end this round and send him to the grand finals. The mental burden at this point must be massive. Kurokyai backing off once again, just trying to get a clean shot onto Gluten, try and buy some time, buy a position back into this race. Another shot raining out, and there it is. Kurokyai gets the shot he's looking for, evens up the scoreline 6-6.
Prepare for
This
battle.
is now
Select your
sudden
hero.
death. Both these players under enormous amounts of pressure. The tension just incredible, and just, I know you guys can't see it out there, but a bit of just friendly banter that is actually friendly banter, not just someone saying they are actually being quite friendly with each other, just between the rounds, just to take the mental pressure off, because this match is so close. It really must be putting quite the strain on the players. Kurokyai now going for the slow peek around the outside, just trying to find the target. Doesn't quite know where Gluten's rolled out to. Gluten, likewise, not 100% sure where Kurokyai is going to come from. Has some expectations which may not be entirely false. But neither of these players quite have eyes on the other at this point in time. There's some very conservative defensive play. Kurokyai just keeping an eye on that flank for now, presumably listening out for any signs of movement from Gluten, so they can try and pinpoint the movement there. Gluten likewise staying very conservative at this point in time. This is match point and they know it. And this could be it. Oh, beautiful shot there from Gluten. Kurokyai unfortunately lined up a little too high. Needed to make the adjustment, and that little microsecond of time
Play of the game.
meant that Gluten was able to get this one out in the end, but at a 7v6 victory, this is as close as it can get. And so, we will be seeing Gluten go through to the grand finals versus Fusions, and that will be happening around somewhere between probably about half an hour and 45 minutes from now, depending. Our official start time for it is 7:30 Australian Standard Time, but depending on how long the lower bracket semi-finals, it may be happening earlier. But that is all for the semi-finals, and likewise, that is all from me. I will be handing over to the wonderful Melodicy, who will be bringing you both the lower bracket and upper bracket grand finals, as I need to go and launch my own stream. So thank you all for tuning along with me, and we will be back shortly for your grand finals. I've been Pyronius, at Pyronius on Twitter, and of course Pyronius on Twitch as well. And until next time, game on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the lower bracket finals for the AOE Widowmaker 1v1 finals. I will be your host, Melodicy. We will be seeing PP2 taking on Bangers. Bangers came into this tournament at 2nd seed, whereas PP2 came in around 8th seed. This should be a good one. We will be playing a best of 17. So first to 9 on Eco Point Antarctica. This should be a good one.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
So the winner of this final will receive a cash prize. We're just waiting for the good old heroes assembly. All right, here we go. PP2 taking a very aggressive hook shot to begin with. Looks like he's got Bangers lined up. Who'll take this first point? And there we go. PP2 taking a very quick first round, picking up that first point very quickly. Bangers playing a lot more sort of static, aggressive playstyle, spamming that AD, moving around, trying to avoid the headshots, whereas PP2 just sort of played it calm, took his time, lined the headshot up, and domed Bangers. Once again, PP2 taking the right-hand side, hooking up, getting that early position, trying to find out where Bangers is, trying to get that early shot, end the round quickly. Bangers playing a lot more passive. Ooh, very nearly Bangers there. A lot of movement around this middle pillar. A lot of peeking, a lot of up and down. Let's see who can get that first headshot.
Score.
And we're at 1-1. Bangers has taken that nice shot while PP2's up in the air. So one of the biggest risks during Widow 1v1 is moving up into those grapple shots, trying to get that high viewpoint. It comes with its risks where you're exposing yourself to the enemy Widow, and in this situation, it really did pay off.
Fight.
Now we'll see PP2 playing a little bit more passively. He's looks like he's got Banger's measure. He knows roughly where he is, but there we go. Bangers has played the low ground, lined that shot up, and absolutely domed PP2. That'll take us to 2-1 in favors of Bangers. Let's hope that he can either keep this streak up or we see a really good game. Bangers once again playing that passive style, not showing himself too early, not throwing the hook out, making sure he's got that grapple off cooldown for when he needs it. Looks like we will see them flip into each other's spawn here. They've done full circle. Bangers playing very defensively down on that low ground, trying not to let himself be too exposed there, but they do know where each other is, and Bangers takes it. That'll be 3-1 to Bangers with a very nice headshot.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Looks like Bangers has a lot of support in the Twitch chat tonight. Let's see if he can pull it off and take home that #1 spot. Looks like they're both going to play the low ground this time. No hookups, no big high grapple shots. Doesn't look like PP1 knows where Bangers is at the moment. Taking shots at each other, nothing quite landing just yet. And Bangers again! What a shot! That'll take it to 4-1 in favor of Bangers. Really starting to pull ahead here. Playing calm, not getting rattled, landing those good, clean headshots. Once again, we will see this go to first to 9, so it won't be like the semi-finals and all the other rounds. Not first to 7, it will be first to 9. Gives more of an opportunity to come back. So PP2's definitely not out of this one yet. He's just got to play calm, get those headshots. Looks like they're both going to play the low ground again. PP2 moving up aggressively. Bangers just holding his position. Shots at each other. Ooh, Bangers lands a non-charged headshot there. PP2 with just a sliver of health left. Let's hope he can bring it back. A lot of shots coming out. And there we go. Bangers once again taking that shot. Calm, composed, nailing those headshots. We'll see it at 5-1 in favor of Bangers. It's quite surprising seeing both of these players use the low ground so much. There's really not been a lot of verticality in this game, not compared to Castillo, where in the previous one a lot of the players are using a lot of the high ground, moving up and down, whereas this one a lot of the low ground. PP2 with the hook up. Find Bangers. Shots exchanged, nothing as yet. And there we go. PP2 getting back on the board. We'll see it at 2-5 now. Very lucky though. Bangers did get that uncharged shot.
Select your hero.
Let's hope PP2 can bring it back a little bit. Bangers taking the early high ground here, hoping to get that early shot onto PP2. Unsuccessful, unfortunately. Does seem to know where PP2 is, so PP2 dropping down, coming straight back up. They're right in each other's face here. Bangers backing out. That's where you'll see the Widows looking at the ground, spinning around, and there we go. Bangers getting another one on the board. 6-2 to Bangers now.
Prepare for battle.
And that is the thing you see a lot in Widow versus Widow 1v1s. You see the Widows spinning, crouching, moving left to right, changing their verticality, moving from high ground to low ground as often as they can, just so that their enemy can't get that shot. They can't get that. They're not able to sit there, line up the shot, and make it as hard as possible.
Fight.
PP2 playing a little bit more passive this time, waiting back, hoping to get the beat on Bangers. Bangers once again playing the high ground. PP2 moving very aggressively, unable to get that grapple shot. Few shots exchanged, nothing landed, and there we go. PP2 with the nice jump headshot on Bangers. That'll take it to 3-6 in favor of Bangers. PP2 starting to bring this back a little bit closer. Let's see if PP2 can extend this streak, see if he can get back in this game. Very aggressive grapple there, trying to get that early position, trying to get the beat on Bangers, trying to find out where he is and get that headshot. Ooh, Bangers very nearly taking off PP2's head there. Unable to get any shots to land. PP2 moving very unpredictably, making it really hard to land those headshots. We'll see Bangers back up now, playing a little bit more defensively, trying to change his position so that PP2 can't find him. And there we go. Bangers takes it once again, 7-3. A lot of movement. These guys are getting really close up to each other, which is you do see quite a bit. Despite the fact that Widow is a long-range character, they still get up, still get right in each other's faces, making that easy headshot when the head takes up the whole screen. So we have Bangers with a very slight lead again, over PP2 here. Let's see what PP2 can do about it. Trying to get a beat on each other, trying to find out where each other are. Looks like PP2 may have a rough indication. Bangers completely unsure at this stage. And Bangers with the nice shot as PP2 was coming up those stairs. Heard the footsteps on those stairs as PP2 was walking up and nailed him in the face. That'll put us at 8-3 in favor of Bangers. That takes us to match point. Bangers takes this next point, he will win the game. As I said, the winner of this one will take home a cash prize thanks to our prize pool here at AOL. Let's see if Bangers can take this one home. Playing very passively, knows what's on the line here, knows that he can win it with this one if he just plays it calm, takes his time, and nails his shot. But there we go, PB2 absolutely nails him with a wonderful shot through that tiny little gap.
Select your hero.
Once again, still at match point in favor of Bangers. PB2 has a lot of work to do to catch up here. Bangers once again playing that slow rollout, playing very defensively, being very cautious. Hoping to get a lead onto where PB2 is going, but it doesn't seem like he knows at the moment. As the viewers can see, we can see the outline of the other player, nowhere to be seen. Ooh, Bangers just missing PB2's head there. PB2 returning fire. Oh, body shots. Unfortunately, body shots do not count in Widowmaker 1v1. Both grappling up, not being able to see each other as yet. And PB2 takes it. Takes Bangers on the high ground to bring it to 5-8. 4 more to go for PP2 to bring this one back for that big comeback. I think we'll start to see a little bit more defensive play from both of these Widows. PB2 trying to claw it back, Bangers trying to be cautious, get that headshot, win this game. Yeah, there we go. Banger's being very cautious coming down those stairs, but not cautious enough. PP2 has nailed him at the bottom of those stairs while Bangers was midair. We're now at 6-8. This is a great comeback by PP2. We may come down to sudden death again, as was with that last semi-final. PP2 moving very aggressively there, taking that high ground early, trying to spot out Bangers, trying to get that early headshot. But there we go. Bangers absolutely threads the needle there to take that game 9-6. Two very different playstyles there. We had PP2 with the aggressive rollouts. We had Bangers who generally held back, was cautious, played it comfortably, and took away the win. He will receive a prize for that win. So well done to Bangers. And coming up next, we will have our upper bracket final between Fusions and Gluten. I do believe we're slated for that game to begin at approximately 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome back to the AOL Widowmaker 1v1 tournament. We now have the higher bracket grand final between 3rd seed Gluten and 8th seed Fusions. Just recapping on what we've seen so far tonight. Gluten started off very strongly with a 7-4 win in round 1, whereas Fusion started even stronger with a 7-3 win. Round 2 saw Fusions go up 7-4 again, taking a nice comfortable win in round 2, whereas Gluten got it very easy in the second round with a forfeit. The semi-finals were a whole different show. Both games were very close, coming down to the final point. Both of these players won the semi-final 7-6. Once again, as we did with the lower bracket, we will see this game be first to 9, on Echo Point Antarctica, one of those really great 1v1 maps that has a lot of verticality, a lot of different paths you can route through, a lot of different places you can stage your attack from. So we will be getting into this game in just a second. We're just waiting for the players to ready up, then we'll get into the action. Both of these players are very evenly matched. As I said, the semi-finals were both very close games. Of course, Gluten, we saw on stream, take the 7-6 win against Kuriki, and unfortunately we missed the other semi-final where Fusions beat a Lamau 7-6. And coming into the game here now, as Gluten is the highest seed, we will be following him for the first point. Once we see the winner of the first point, we will follow the winner going on from there. So we'll see Gluten move up very quickly to the right, using that grapple, getting up quickly, trying to take that first position, find where Fusions is coming from, and nail him. Fusions, on the other hand, creeping up very slowly, being very passive, taking his time, trying to spot out Gluten and get the first point. Both players being very passive, sneaking around so as not to make much noise. Ooh, Gluten gets the first shot, but does unfortunately miss. He now has a bead on Fusions. Fusions only has a rough idea of where Gluten is. A lot of mind games come into play here for these Widow 1v1s. One shot and it's all over. Fusion's being very steady and just misses Gluten's head. A lot of quick shots exchanged there. No damage taken from either side. Gluten being a lot more active than Fusions. Fusion's just sitting around, being passive. 2 grapple shots, neither hitting their targets. This is turning out to be quite a long round in comparison to the last game that we saw. Ooh, Gluten takes a shot. He's down to 9 HP. What can he do to bring this one back? He can't do it. Fusions nails that dome, gets that first point. We will see him take an early lead in this game.
Select your hero.
That was also the first wall hacks we have seen on stream. That's how long that round went. So that would be the first 90-second round in this entire competition. Let's see if Fusion can keep this up going into the second round, or if Gluten can bring it back. Once again, Fusion's moving very slowly, taking his time, being very methodical about where he moves, making sure he knows where Gluten is and isn't leaving himself exposed at the same time. Oh, they found each other. A couple of shots exchanged. No hits as yet. Very, very close there from Fusions. Nearly taken out Gluten. Once again, you see that change in verticality, changing their position, making it very hard for the opponents to find them. Ooh, Fusion's nice jump shot there. Takes Gluten twice. Wonderful jump shots. You don't always need those fully charged headshots. You can take the 2 shots as Fusions has just shown, and he's taken a nice early lead in this game, going up 2-0. Let's see if Fusions can keep this streak running coming out into this 3rd round here. Once again, playing nice and slow, playing methodical, keeping his distance, trying to get those long-range headshots. Seems to have a bead on Gluten there. Doesn't manage to get the shot though. Both players playing very passive, waiting for those cooldowns, waiting for the grapple to come off cooldown so that they can move, get those shots. Ooh, very close there once again. Gluten taking damage there. Fusion's not getting the fully charged shot, not being able to get that 1-hit kill, but Gluten's is now a 1 shot away from certain doom. Fusion attempting to get that grapple shot, unfortunately just misses, playing those small sight lines, playing those really tight angles, trying to get that shot. And there we go, Gluten gets on the board with a very nice shot.
Prepare for battle.
So we will be at 1-2 in favour of Fusions coming into this 4th round. And as I said before, we are seeing both of these players playing very passive, being very methodical about how they move, not trying to give their opponent any opportunity to get that headshot. Once again, Fusion's being very methodical. He's actually sitting in spawn at the moment, trying to get an early shot. Gluten also slowly rolling out, covering all his bases before he moves up, making sure he's not getting flanked. Fusion's being very cheeky there, playing out in the open, hoping to get that shot onto Gluten, but unsuccessful, unfortunately. Gluten trying for a hook shot there, unable to get the sightline onto Fusions though. Fusions is playing passive and nails him. What a shot from the low ground up to Gluten on the high ground. Absolutely domes him. So there we will see Fusions extend his lead out to 3-1. And just a reminder, Fusions is the underdog coming into this. He's seeded initially at the 8th spot, whereas Gluten was number 3.
Fight.
Once again, Fusion's playing that nice, methodical, patient game, hoping to catch Gluten out with a hook shot, waiting for him to pop up there in the sky and take him out. Oh, very nice. Fusions, threads the needle, domes Gluten, takes the score to 4-1.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
And I know the stream can't see it, but we do have some wonderful trash talk. Well, not so much trash talk. A little bit of cheeky talk between the two players in the lobby. It's always nice to see. They do, of course they are playing for prizes, but there's no hard feelings involved in these games. They're trying to have a bit of fun at the same time. Fusion's taking a nice early position coming into this round, up on the high ground, hoping to spot out Gluten, get that early shot. Unfortunately, Gluten has taken the low ground, so no luck there for Fusions. It would appear that Gluten has heard those footsteps from Fusions, trying to get into an advantageous position to take him out. And they have a beat on each other. They can hear those footsteps. They know where each other are. Oh, Gluten takes a shot down to just a sliver of health. They're firing off rapidly at each other. And Fusion takes it. Both have exchanged a bit of damage, with Fusions being able to finish off Gluten to take the score to 5-1. Very early lead coming out here from Fusions. Let's see if Gluten can bring it back. 4 more points and Fusions will take this grand final and will take home the main prize. Once again, Fusion's playing methodical, playing that patient game, hoping to get that early shot on Gluten, trying to do a nice big grapple shot. Gluten has spotted out Fusion's there, unable to get the headshot. He's playing the high ground. Wow, Fusions has taken a shot, turned around, managed to pop Gluten while he was in the air and take another round. The score is now at 6-1. Only 3 more points to go until Fusions takes this grand final out. Seems to be that the methodical play style of Fusions is paying off in the end. Gluten's moving up a lot quicker than Fusions. Fusions is taking his time, planning out his moves, and he is reaping the benefits of that. Fusion's attempting a grapple up there, having no luck, unable to spot out Gluten as Gluten is behind that wall. They seem to have a rough idea of where each other are, but can't quite get those angles, can't get those shots. Fusion's playing a lot more aggressively here, moving up, moving into Gluten's spawn area, into his half of the map, hoping to take that headshot. Ooh, 2 very near shots there. No one taking any damage as of yet. Unable to get those headshots. Ooh, Fusion's being very aggressive there. Nearly gets domed, but manages to dodge the shot at the last minute. Unfortunately, he cannot dodge that one, and Gluten finally gets another point on the board. We're now at 2-6 in favor of Fusions. Let's see if Gluten can bring it back here. Playing aggressively, getting that high ground. Almost spots out Fusions there off the grapple, but unable to get a line on him. Fusion's just creeping up those stairs and gets a shot on Gluten. Gluten is now at 9 HP, just a sliver of health remaining. Only needs a shot. And there we go, Fusion does it. Gets that uncharged shot onto Gluten's noggin and takes him out. We will now see the score at 7-2 in favor of Fusions. 2 more points and Fusions will take this grand final. Once again, Fusion's playing nice and passive, sitting in his spawn. Now he'll grapple up onto the high ground. He knows roughly where Gluten is. He's trying to get that angle. Can't quite get the shot off accurately though. And there we have it. Gluten takes another round, 3-7 in favor of Fusions.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Gluten playing nice and slow that round, moving up slowly. Knew where Fusions was, acquired the target, nailed him in the head.
Fight.
Gluten's really starting to slow down his play here now, starting to be a little bit more methodical, being a little bit more patient, not playing too aggressively, trying to find out Fusions and get those shots off. Neither seems to have spotted out the other as of yet, both playing very passively off to the sides of the map. As you can see there, Fusion's just sort of crawling along, Gluten playing a little bit more aggressively. Nearly domes Fusions without him seeing him, but unfortunately unable to get that shot off. Fusions now has an idea of where Gluten is and can return fire. Gluten moving up aggressively. Can he make something of this play? No, he cannot. Fusions absolutely domes Gluten midair and will take this to a match point. We are currently 8-3 in favor of Fusions. Gluten now has a lot of work to do to get this game back. He needs to win the next 6 consecutive rounds.
Match point.
Fusion's playing nice and passive, Gluten moving up quite quickly. They seem to have spotted each other out. Can Fusions finish this final now? Gluten still moving aggressively, trying to get the jump on Fusions. Unable to do so at this stage, but Fusions doesn't know where Gluten is at this time. While they can hear the footsteps, they can hear the movement, they still don't know exactly where each other are. Gluten taking a lot of shots at Fusions. Fusion just not really returning fire, waiting for that perfect opportunity to get the shot off. Can he do it? Gluten moving very aggressively, trying to peek those sightlines, trying to get that headshot. Both players grappling, unable to get sightlines on each other. Fusion's backing off here, trying to get a better sightline, trying to get Gluten right up in each other's face now. Who can get this first headshot? And there we go, Fusions has done it. He has won the upper bracket of the Widowmaker 1v1 finals. He will take out first place with a very convincing win over Gluten. The final score there being 9-3. And what a great game too. Very different playstyles coming out from both of these Widowmakers. We've got Fusions being very passive, very methodical. We've got Gluten being more aggressive, sometimes paying off, more often than not, unfortunately not working out. And that will bring to an end the AOE Sports Widowmaker 1v1 tournament. We have the lower bracket being taken out by bangers, and of course we've just seen the higher bracket be taken out by fusions. so that really was a good tournament. A lot of very close games. As you can see there on the screen, we've got the brackets up. A lot of those games were very close. We've got a lot of 5 to 7s. We've got a lot of 7 to 6s. Unfortunately, we did have a few people pull out tonight, resulting in forfeits. That's just the way it goes with these tournaments sometimes. And hopefully, coming into the future, we will see more of these tournaments with more players, better games, bigger prizes, and more awesome Widowmaker headshots. I would like to once again congratulate Fusions and Bangers on taking out well-earned grand final wins. Now, these standings will be available and will be updated very shortly. I also would like to give big props to everyone that competed in this tournament tonight. You've all done very well. A big shout out to both our runners-up, Gluten as well as PP2. Gluten will not go home empty-handed. He will take a prize home tonight. The 3 prize winners being Fusions, Bangers, and Gluten. They will all receive prizes for their efforts tonight. Unfortunately, everyone else has missed out at this stage, but there is always next time. We hope to see many, many more of you guys signing up, getting in on these wonderful tournaments that we try to run as often as possible. We do love running these tournaments, especially us here at the broadcasting team. We always enjoy these different kinds of games to stream. We have fun with these. I know Pyronius, who casted earlier, he had a lot of fun casting the initial few games. I always enjoy casting this sort of stuff, as well as, of course, Ascent and AOL, which are also both coming up as soon as well. So please don't forget to sign up for both of those tournaments if you wish to do so. You will most likely see myself as well as Pyronius casting as many of those games as possible. You may also see our good friend Infinity producing those games as well. And I'm just reading the Twitch chat there. We've got someone that has queried, how do I join the different types of tournaments? With those tournaments, what you need to do is go onto the AOE Sports Discord. There is a announcements channel. Go to that channel. There is instructions how to sign up for both of those tournaments. I believe the signups do close soon. I will just get that information for you now. Looks like the signups close around the 15th of this month. So make sure you get your team together, you get signed up, get in on those tournaments. I can assure you that they are great fun. I've played in nearly every single AOL season. They're always a lot of fun, a great way to meet new people, a great way to improve at the game, and a great time all around. And that's all from me, folks. I will now hand over to our wonderful producer, Infinity, to have one final word.
Okay, hey guys. I just like to thank everyone that came along today. There was such a great turnout. Sadly, as you might see in the lower bracket game too, because I was meant to play, but we were running short on producers. So this was my first time ever producing. So there was a couple of forfeits, but hey, this was an amazing turnout for our first time doing a 1v1 tournament here at AOE. And I'm really happy with everyone that came out. Some really good games that we had on stream. Had one mishap with Fusions and ALML, but that's already happened. That's fine. But I'd really just like to thank everyone. This has been great because I organised this tournament. I pitched it to Owen, got approved, and yeah, it was so much fun for me to produce. It was I had such a fun time, but I really have to thank all of you for coming along and actually making this. Hopefully there's gonna be some of these in the future. But for now, I'm going to have to say goodbye. If there is going to be anything about this in the future, it will be on the AOE Twitter and Discord. They'll be announced there. AOE Twitter is AOE Sports, just one word on Twitter. That's the @ and Discord, I'm fairly sure, is below the stream. You can see in the description. Laura, see if you want to shout out your Twitter at all.
Yeah, I barely use Twitter, but feel free to throw me a follow at Melodicey2. That's MELODYSSEY.
Yeah, and I'm Infinity_285 on Twitter, and you might be seeing me around. I'm posting on the AOE Twitter as well, getting my hand in there on the PR stuff. But yeah, I really just can't thank everyone that came along enough. It was so much fun, and hopefully this isn't the last time we do this. We'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.